Hi, this is Josh with another update to my ground floor investment on May 25th, 2023. As I mentioned before, um, about a year and a half ago, I invested $1,000 into ground floor and spread out the investment into mostly $20 fix and flip investments around the mainland United States. And currently my portfolio sits with 27 holdings, and 13 are performing, 5 are extended, and 9 are in default. I have $1,060 invested now due to repayments and 34 cents. And what we're going to do is go over the portfolio, check its projected current value. If all of the 27 loans repaid on this date, how much would it be worth? And also the projected growth of this portfolio. As I mentioned in previous videos, what's nice about these real estate investments is that you know that you're putting workers, construction workers, teams of workers into the field. They don't give any details other than that the brokers are licensed, and they don't say if the workers are union workers, non-union workers, scab workers, immigrants, non-immigrants. That's not told. But the loan managers themselves have licenses in the states. And also the brokerage licenses, so for the sales, are also listed on ground floor. You can see here that the investments span around the country, and most of the investments I have here for the invested amount is $20, with a few exceptions. You can see here I have 3 investments that are $100, one is $180. And the expected return on these are 10.6%. Looking at the repayments, so far I've been repaid by ground floor 43 times over the past 18 months. And as you can see here, I've been repaid a total amount of $1,210 at an actual rate of 10%. For return on investment from $1,000, I've already seen an extra $60.34, which I'm compounding by reinvesting back into a ground floor, into additional properties. What's surprising is that these two that returned, one of them turned at a rate of like 11 or 12%. Or higher, and then another one that was in default for over a year and a half returned at a rate of only 0.4%. So I don't know why the actual rate was so low, but if we look at that one, here was the repayment down here. It was this one down in Georgia, 1669 High Falls, was in default, 17.1 months. And over a year, because it was supposed to only take about a year, because it was only supposed to take 6 months. And the expected rate on that was 11%. So instead of being paid that same amount, 11%, which I was expecting, it was repaid in less than 1%. So that one was a little unusual. For the most part, when I'm repaid by ground floor, I've done the math here. Based on the month count that it's in default or extended, usually they err in your favor. So the profit that you make is higher. They calculate the months conservatively, and then they repay you an extra half or full month even. So you get a little bit extra when you're of actual profit when they repay you. However, there are some exceptions. I also received another one that was extended here, and instead of being repaid at the expected rate of 8%, I was repaid at 5.5%. But if you look at the 43 repayments, at least 35 of them are higher, equal to or higher than the than the expected rate. In fact, I guess I could do that. Yeah, I could set up a countif function here to see how many times it's been that the repaid rate has been less than the expected, but because that is affecting the portfolio, the blended rate here. So you can see here that the actual rate is at a flat 10%, and I'm choosing loans that have expected rates usually between 9 and 11, 9 and 12%, no higher than that, because you want the grade of the loan to be decent. Let's look at the portfolio itself. You can see here, I highlighted in green the investments that are $100 or more. So there are 4 of them. And then the other investments are, the standard is $20. And then the ones in orange are the 3 that are currently at $50. There are a couple of other properties that are $30 and $40 investments. But as you can see, they're span different states in the continental United States. And here I calculated here the daily earnings for, say, a $20 investment at 10% per year gives you a half penny every day. So $1,000 invested at 10% per year, a blended rate, earns you a little more than a quarter per day, 27 cents per day. So currently it's at 1,060. So maybe I should update that here. $1,060 at 10% per year should earn. So currently the portfolio is earning 29 cents per day passive income, right? Every day that takes by, since the contractors have a date that they're supposed to finish their work on, and if they go into default, for example, if you look at this one here that was supposed to mature on January 1st, 2022, that's 560 days in default currently, that investment of $20. These 3 that were invested $100 way back when I invested in them, this one was supposed to mature again 15 months ago, February 28th, March, and March. So the day counts are 499, 484, 461 days, but you multiply that by 5 because of my day count, you can see that it does add up. So looking at the current value of the portfolio, if all 27 properties I invested in repaid me today, I would have $89.95 at the rates that the expected rates that are listed. So that would be the profit, and then adding that to the profit that's actually been repaid to date, that means that the value of the portfolio on today, May 25th, 2023, is $1,150.29, which is really a 10% growth rate, because I started 18 months ago. So at the end of the year, after 12 months, it was about 11%. So it is slowing down a bit. So now after 18 months, I've realized the earnings to date of 6%, but the value is a growth of 15% after 18 months. Continuing with this day count, not knowing when the defaulted loans will be repaid, at the end of the year, after 2 years, it should have grown by 21% is the projected growth. Down here, I keep a long list of the repayments. As you can see on ground floor, there were 43 repayments, so I just keep the data here. And the actual profit, as I said, since the expected rate is usually less than the rate upon payment, and based on the day count, I should be repaid at the expected rate, $56.89. But in reality, I've been repaid almost $4 more at $60.34. So between $3 and $4 more than the analysis up above. here for the expected rates. I've been, my holdings are currently in 26 different states that I've invested in. 15 different states are in the portfolio of the 27 investments. Something is missing here. Oh, the count needs to include line 85 now. Let's see. Oh, it should be 4 to 30. Let's make sure it's follow tracking this correctly. Yeah, it's going to 29. All right, hold on just a second. Right. Oh, so there it is. So Illinois was the new one, 2740 West Warren Boulevard in Illinois. So again, currently my holdings are in 15 different states. Of the 48 mainland states, but I have invested in 26 states total. I've been repaid now by 22 states. So what I am concerned about is, well, where are the brokers really getting the job done? They're getting the loans funded by Ground Floor, and then the work teams are going there, they're repairing or building the house, and then they're putting it on the market, and then it's sold, and then the investors are repaid. So there are a few brokers in Florida, which are pretty reliable. As you can see here, I've been repaid 10 out of 12 of the properties in Florida. Georgia, also, I've been repaid 8 out of the 12. Texas, I've been repaid 3 out of 4 of the properties so far. So what I'll do is, once I can see based on the repayments what's consistent and that I'm being repaid at least or greater than the blended rate usually, I would then go back to Ground Floor and look for more properties in these states, Florida, Georgia, and Texas, because their brokers are on the ball and the work is getting done. On the other hand, or contrary to that, you can see that there are 4 states that have never repaid on the properties that I've invested. I've invested in 3 properties in Virginia, and so far none of them have repaid me. In California, there's 1 property, and that property has not repaid. Tennessee and Minnesota. So before I get a repayment from one of these states and the broker, I'm not going to probably reinvest unless it's a very, very looks like a very, very good neighborhood and property, and it looks like a good investment opportunity at a high rate. I'm not going to invest again in Virginia, California, Tennessee, and Minnesota until I see at least one of these holdings. The fix and flip is completed, and I see some actual return on the investment. So let's go to back to Ground Floor. And what's nice here is you can look at the investments and you can see update notes. So again, going back to these first 4 investments, they're all in default. The first 5, Carvel, Pecan, Shiloh, Palmetto, West Somerset are the first 5 on the list here. That one still says extended, but they are in default. So I'm going to go through them one at a time and see if there are new notes from Ground Floor giving me progress of when I'll be repaid. So the latest note here I read already was April 26th. The asset is REO and investor offer is in receipt and review. The property is occupied with uncooperative tenants. Uh-oh. All right. So it looks like they have a squatter situation. There's a problem that the tenants seem to be evicted. They're not paying, and this is Ala de Toho, an acquisition down in Maryland. No further notes for 5512 Carville. At 265 Pecan Street in Jacksonville, Florida, there was a note that from January 31st, the borrower has advised the property is vandalized. Window replacement permits have been applied for and other repairs are in progress. Once complete, the borrower intends to refinance the ground floor loan. The last note was March 16th. The borrower is advised that they're in the process of securing a new contractor. They intend to explore refinance options. (1302) Shiloh Trail East Northwest in Kennesaw, Georgia. Again, managed by Atuzi Investment, John Clark. There is a new note for April. Similar problem here. It says the eviction is estimated to occur by April or May 2023. In addition, there's some storm damage to the home. Ground Floor is working with the insurance company on a claim. 39, the asset in REO and an eviction is in process. We were pending to schedule a lockout date. There's also storm damage to the home. An insurance claim is in process. We already said that. And then April 26th, the asset is in REO and an eviction is in process. We are pending to schedule a lockout date. There was also storm damage to the home and we received funds from the insurance claim. Evaluating to repair the home while we await the personal property eviction lockout date. (109) Palmetto Avenue at Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, 30314. Home by Design, Atlanta LLC, managed by Sabrina Horton, principal manager. It does have a new note. It says here 417, the loan is in default and the foreclosure procedure is ongoing. And the last note for May 15th, the loan is in default and the foreclosure process is ongoing. The borrower is under contract, anticipating to close by EOM. End of month. Yeah, that must be EOM. And lastly, for the number 5 of the top 5 that are in default, 2637 West Somerset Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19132. New Home Investment Properties, Mark McCall. Again, another update note from May. It's the loan is in default and foreclosure process is ongoing. We are pending a scheduled sale date. Meanwhile, the borrower is attempting to pay off the sale of the property, but they do not have a scheduled closing date at this time. So they don't mention any collateral or any reason or anything that they have to put up, but they don't have a scheduled closing date this time. All right, so there are some quick updates to Ground Floor and the state of this portfolio. We go to the more recent investments here. Like the last one on the list I thought was a Latrobe, though. Yeah, the one down in Illinois. Here I took, when I reached the 6% tier, I invested, and a loan was repaid at $20. I invested $30 into 638 North Latrobe Avenue in Chicago, Illinois, 60644. David Jackson Construction, and David Jackson is the principal. So this one is $144,890 loan amount. I'm one of 1,904 investors at a projected rate of 11%. The last note is 2/17/2023. Per the borrower, there have been delays due to COVID-19 and renovations are scheduled. But looking at this loan, and it's a nice, charming little small house here. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. You can see that the bullet points here say that the borrower was advanced the money it needed to purchase this property on January 18th, 2023 by Ground Floor Finance Incorporated. or a wholly owned subsidiary of ground floor. The borrower is now in possession of the property. If this offering is fully subscribed, GROUNDFLOOR will continue to administer and service the loan as further described in the offering circular. Bullet point 2, the renovation of the property may be extensive and therefore subject to delays and other unexpected issues. Bullet point 3, the renovation will require permitting and permits may not be obtained on time or may be denied. Bullet point 4, this LRO represents the first draw for the loan and is secured by an individual note. Okay. So if I go to Google Maps to look at the address, you can do that here. Valuation reports, the after repair value look good. Let's see. I believe I picked this property investment, this is number 27 on my list, because it was in a nice middle-class neighborhood in Chicago. And if I zoom out here, you can see that here's Chicago over here by Lake Michigan, but it's really not far from like downtown Chicago here. It's here to the west of downtown Chicago. So I like the location, and if you click on the image, you can look and you can see that there are a lot of SUVs and large cars. It looks modern on the block. Most of the homes are active. You have folks active in the neighborhood. And looking at the local map, we can also see that there are malls and that there are parks nearby. There's conservatory, there's parks and reservations. And again, the fact that it's really not that far from downtown Chicago. So I would definitely recommend using Google Maps and making sure that this was September 2022, that the neighborhood, just scroll around, look around. You can pick some highlights, like here, I'll pick Columbus Golf Course, just click on it. And then you'll get a picture of, oh, good, there's an active golf course here and the grounds look pretty well kept for folks who play recreational golf. Click on like McDonald's, see what the McDonald's looks like. That does not look like McDonald's. So that's over here. There's some back alley. Now we're behind McDonald's. Which McDonald's? Oh, there it is. But then just click like on the major and on the major highways, just make sure that you see schools, businesses, you see malls, people walking around, churches, just check out the neighborhood on Google Maps. So this is an excellent way of making sure that your investment is in a place where location. Also, it's not far from this metro. So there is a subway station. What do they call the metro? It's like the L in Chicago, this elevated train is here. And so we know that you can go pretty easily into Chi-Town. It's only what 5-6 blocks to walk, or if you have like a scooter or a bike, you just go over to the train and no problem. Okay, so these are all good selling points for investing in a property. All right, so again, thank you for watching my channel here as I continue to give you updates on my ground floor experience. It has been 18 months now, and that's a 6% gain, $60.34 of actual repayments. So then the portfolio itself is now worth $1,060. And you can see here that based on the loan day count, that the current value, if I were to be repaid by all 27 properties on this date, would be a 15% return on investment after 18 months. So again, thank you for your likes and subscribes here on YouTube. The channel has grown to over 450 subscribers, which is great. And I'll continue to share with you good content here. And thank you for watching my video. Have a good day and take care. Bye-bye.